Hey everyone, happy Friday. This is Ryan coming at you from Oregon. Yeah, it's a beautiful day. It's beginning to snow, so we're talking today a little bit about what cybersecurity programs you should look into, what cybersecurity program is best for you. This is a topic I get asked a lot, and it's a great topic. Feel free to always send me an email if you have any additional questions. I definitely try to get back to everybody. I include my email in the description below. But we're going to be talking a little bit about some general parameters of what you should look for when you're considering. I've had dozens of people email me asking, "Can you look into this specific one, this specific one, this specific one?" I don't know every program in the world, and especially since the rise of demand with cybersecurity in the last 5 years, a lot more programs are also following suit. A lot of programs are coming out, trainers are coming out, and you got to be very careful. To be frank, you got to be very, very careful that it's the right one. Either accredited or it's going to get you where you want to be career-wise. So we're going to go over a few basics. And if this is your first time, we talk about everything about from biohacking to career hacking, helping you increase your skill sets, your value, your wealth, elevate all areas of your life, especially in the job market. I've been a talent director for 10 years and worked in the tech industry, helped with a lot of different things from sales to hiring different professionals. So hope this is very helpful and useful for today. So let's talk about it. What program should you look into? So the first question I would ask is, when was it created? So here's a little bit of a roster checklist on questions to maybe ask yourself. When was it created? Was it created 50 years ago? Is it like a university? Was it created 10 years ago, or was it created in the last 6 months? There's a lot of stuff coming out in the last year even of programs saying, hey, if you do this program, you're going to be ready to go. Okay. I would be very skeptical of any program that was less than a year, first off. Okay. So make sure it's nothing that was established last month. How big is the group, right? How many staff do they have? How many trainers do they have? What is the typical class size, right? You don't want to be doing an online university style and you're the only one, or it's very, very new. They haven't worked out all the kinks yet. They want to make sure that there's they've done it a few times. There's been a different amount of sessions and they know the success rate. And the reason for that is also a big thing that you want to check out. One of the biggest questions, what is the career path of the people who graduated that program? Okay. An easy way to do this is to go on LinkedIn. If it's like a bachelor program, it's a master's program, if it's a certification course, if it's some kind of other training module, look at people. They should have their own testimonials. If they don't, I'd be a little shocked. So that's another red flag. But make sure to look on LinkedIn. You can definitely Google or LinkedIn people who have done that process, right? See what their career is going afterward. Right? Are they actually working as a cybersecurity analyst, as a cybersecurity engineer in computer science, for example? If you guys know, I really recommend a certain tech sales thing. If you want to really expand your sales ability, use certain tech sales, but you also want to see, are they working as tech salesmen afterward? Okay, so make sure you're checking that out, and it's okay on LinkedIn to actually reach out to these people, network, plant seeds for your own career advancement, getting into that network. Your good phrase is that your network is your net worth. So you're networking, but also asking their opinion. Hey, I'm considering a few different programs. I saw that you took this one. It's one that I'm considered. What was your feedback? What were your results? Would you recommend them? So going on LinkedIn, but also just looking at the career path of people who have left that at least 6 months, a year, 2 years afterward. If it's been around for 5 years, that's even better. You can measure what others have done, and you can also measure the success rate of people. And I know not everybody's going to advertise on LinkedIn, but you can still kind of start quantifying that. What is the success rate of people? How many people get jobs after the program ends? Something to consider. You want to make sure, what is the proof of the program as well? Is it teaching you the right skill sets that are needed in the arena right now? A lot of stuff has changed in cybersecurity over the last 3 years in terms of what the demand is. Are you learning the right skill sets that's going to be very important in the next year, 2 years, 2 to 5 years? Okay. Are they giving you a bachelor's? Are they giving you a master's? Are they giving you a certification? Right? You want to make sure there's also something tangible at the end that you can put on your resume that's also going to help you out, not just you did a course. I get a lot of resumes of people that they took a course. Okay, what did you learn in the course? I need to know what you learned. What can you do as a result of that? Did you work on any certain projects? What specific skill sets have you attained from doing the course, bachelor's, master's, or any of those things? You want to make sure you're demonstrating that value. Oh, a big key thing. So if you guys have seen my other videos, I definitely recommend, being in the hiring stuff. Certification courses are really tough. You want to make sure you're doing a bachelor's or a master's. That's a big step into your any type of job placement. Very, very important. It's not, and so I got a lot of feedback from that. I'm not saying certification courses are not good. Okay, some of them are very good. I would recommend, if I was in a company, I wouldn't do the certification course before going into a company though, a cybersecurity company. I would make sure I was in the company first. I talk about this on my last video. You can get through tech sales, for example. They're always looking for salespeople in a company. You're going to better your negotiation and communication skills. You're going to be a part of the company, and you can potentially make good money even if you're, as a worst case scenario. But when you're actually in the company, you have the foot in the door, then do the certification. It's going to give you a lot more leeway to transfer departments if that's something you want to go. There's a lot of people who say they graduated a certification course and then they look for a job, and then they're also in the pile of 200 resumes a day that also do the same thing. And it's really tough to do it. It's not impossible. I would recommend going with your gut on if you find a certification course that you are making sure it's not like the sales marketing is like really entrancing you. It's something that you're in your gut, you're like, I think this is the best method for me. Then fine, I would recommend doing that. And you do your research, asking those questions also. How long has it been around? How big is it? What is the career trajectory of people who have left that program? Now, the exception also to the rule is there are certain courses, certification courses, that have job placement afterward. They have a leverage program or a partner program where they're partnered with 50 other companies, and people who graduate from their certification program automatically go into those companies. That's great. That's awesome. Same thing with bachelors and masters. A lot of them have career fairs, or they have work placement programs as well that go right into the workforce. So I would say bachelor's, master's, or certification program with job placement capabilities. If they don't, make sure you're asking yourself those questions on what is the history of success of people who have graduated that. Are they succeeding? Are they doing cybersecurity? Are they doing just other things that are worthwhile in the career? So things to consider on that end. I do leave some recommendations of courses that have job placement in the description below. There's areas that, these are also from people that have graduated them. I got recommendations to do it. Some are in tech sales, others in computer science and coding. Another one is in cybersecurity that really help you out and do job placements. So kind of a few good areas to check out. I do also recommend the people that stand out, that succeed in the career space. They learn the basics better than anybody else. They have 1 to 2 specializations in a certain other area, but also they have good interpersonal and communication skills. They have those soft skills to complement them. Okay, communication, sales persuasion, business etiquette, little things like that make a big, big difference. There was an accountant, different industry, but the typical accountant is a little stuck up sometimes. They're not known to be great communicators. This guy was an accountant. He was an average accountant, but he was an amazing communicator. That was the guy that led the team. Same thing in cybersecurity, same thing in computer science. The people that become project managers or team leaders are the ones that know how to delegate and replicate their ability, but they have to be able to communicate what needs to be done to other people. So studying personal development, sales and persuasion and communication, public speaking, very important to do. So if you look at the description below, I list a few programs with job placement ability, as well as some other things that I recommend personally that I've used to enhance other skill sets that I think are important in just the workplace in general. And they're all going to elevate your income to the next level, above the competition. Okay? So hope that is helpful. Feel free to write to me. Feel free to email me or reach out if you have any specific questions. Happy to help. And I'll catch you guys on the next one, okay? Cheers.